Hello and welcome to Talk O'Clock. It is Saturday. Well, today is actually Tuesday. It's gaming week. Board game related things all the way because it's end of October and this means that it's Spiel. Spiel is like a trade show, super shopping mall kind of a thing for board games, and I just bought my ticket and I prepped my shopping list. And in the spirit of board games, I also ordered two games that came out last year at Spiel where I wasn't able to go. So I'm gonna unbox them now, and you can watch along. The first one is Wingspan, and the second one is Everdell. So just bought these games. They got delivered today and yesterday. Now I gotta prop you up. Oh, I'm gonna prop you on the sideboard so you can see something. Oh, wow. I really styled my hair while sleeping last night. It looks kind of awesome, don't you think? So let me prop you up. You gotta be angled down a bit. Yeah, that's more like it. You can see, yep, I can see that you can see. And let's do the unboxing. So I'm at the last final bits of putting together the games. This was fairly fast. Materials do feel really good. They're both quite well produced. So I'm loving that. And now I'm going to pack in the tree and such of Everdell, and and I'm gonna put the games aside. I might read the rule books later today, but I'm not all that sure if we can play this week, so like learn games, play them, blah blah blah. So I'm not all that sure, so maybe I just will move learning games towards the weekend. That is a nice sound. Alrighty, so these are the games. Gonna keep the Ziplocs, because as a gamer, you might know, you can never have too many Ziplocs, because some of the games don't come with them. And then you gotta get back to your stash. So yeah, that's been game prepping today, and I'm gonna see you, I hope Thursday morning. So here we are at Spiel, and I'm just taking you with me in super fast. We had a couple of games first. Unfortunately, I lost the footage, and then we had a very late breakfast. Jan needed some sweets, and we've been just pretty much running around. It's like 10 kilometers that we walked that day. That was a lot. And then back to the halls. looking at games, just pretty much going through all of my shopping list, loads and loads of people, but it was really accessible and that was fun. And here I am at the Stronghold booth, and I was visiting the one of the game developers there, Paul. I've been in contact with him a lot. First, of course, some shopping before I meet him finally in person, and there he is, and we're just chatting. Sorry for the camera being wonky. Paul, thank you again for those extra games. That was really, really lovely and very sweet of you, and I enjoyed meeting you finally in person so much. So next year we gotta catch up again, but we've just been chatting and catching up and having fun together. Was a lot of fun at the booth. And then it was on to more shopping, more board games, some of the very heavy ones. This is Terramara. This is such a big and very heavy game. And then it was actually time for lunch. We had to sit down. You will see that in a hot second. I'm waiting for Jörn to come back because we split up for a minute there. And I'm waiting and looking at people and see what they bought, and just smiles all around. Still waiting. Oh, so much chaos in the footage. This is like really, really fast forward. But yeah, we've been playing one game in the morning that unfortunately I lost the footage of. So after lunch, which we just had, it was super quick, you could hardly see it. We went back out to the car, dumped all of the games, went back into the hall. Yeah, it's pretty much a marathon. I time it out pretty well to make sure that I can shop all of the games that I want in one day. So we are moving on to hall 4 and 5, which are a little bit of quieter halls. 1, 2, and 3 are really, really loud. Still, there is not less people. No, it's just a little more quiet. And once we were through those halls, we actually met with my dear friend Joe. He's gonna be in the picture in a hot second. We need a place to sit down. It was really hard, but yeah, we settled in. I got a coffee. I desperately needed it. And then I saw my dear friend, and we were meeting up. We saw each other, I think it was last October that we saw each other last. So we meet up pretty much once a year. And it's always very nice to meet him. When I am at BGGCon, I'm also meeting up with him. But this year I can't go. So it was really, really lovely to chat with him and catch up with him for about an hour, which we did. And we talked games and we talked life and just, catching up. He got to meet Jörn. He did not, he hadn't met him before. So it was really lovely. We talked a little bit about business. So he works at Blizzard, and we caught up there as well. So Jörn, being a video gamer, he was having a lot of fun catching up with him and getting to know a few things. And yeah, it was just really, really, really lovely. And I can't wait for next year to meet up again and, catch up and have fun and talk and just be goofy together, So, yeah. After that well-deserved break, sitting down, resting my legs, we went through the halls again, made it to hall 4 and 5. And I finished up my shopping list. There were 9 more games on the list, so I've just been going through all of the booths there. They're a little smaller publishers, but have really lovely games. And I'm filming Jörn a lot because I had my camera on my rucksack, so the angle's not perfect. I gotta figure out something else for next year. But anyways,
it's just kind of an impression for you to see what Spiel is like if you've never been or just want to see what it's actually like. This is the first day. All the other days are way more crowded, so I was really happy to be able to go on the first day. And then I promised Sabrina from Dachshund Games that we would stop by, so this is their booth. And then we met in person for the first time. We've been connected on Instagram a lot. We actually share our favorite game. It is Ghost Stories by Antoine Borzal. So she loves the game, I love the game, and they just brought out a game called Mint Condition. When I unpacked it, and you will see that later on, maybe in the footage, it's really fast. I sped it up quite a bit. I was laughing so hard when I got to read all the cards and such. So this is going to be a very lovely game, and I can't wait to have it on the table because it looks really enjoyable. So yeah, we've been just catching up and chatting, and my camera is doing weird stuff with the angles. But yeah, in the background, that's her husband. They founded the company together, and I think it's really cool when you start out with a gaming company, and I'm wishing them all the best luck that there is for a new startup publishing company. And then we moved on to other booths. Of course, like I said, I bought Mid Condition. I had to have my fingers on that game. And then it was on to other publishers, other games, looking for them, finding them. There was one game that unfortunately didn't get shipped to the booth. This is pretty much the booth here, Bombix Games. I got to order that online. It didn't come in like in time, so I gotta catch up later on and make sure that I'm going to buy it online. So there's actually two games. The one that we demoed in the morning, it's published by Renegade Games. It's called Aquicorn Cove. It's a co-op game, really beautiful. We demoed it, like I said, had so much fun with it. I had major Wheaton's disease, and the guy that demoed it to us was like, I can't believe it, because I warned him. But yeah, unfortunately, I lost that footage, but I have to order that game as well, because it didn't come in to Essen in time for me. But yeah, it would have been available on any other days. But since I was just in Essen on Thursday, I couldn't get it there. But again, it's available, I think, early November. So I'm going to get my hands on that as well. And then Jan had to get some ice cream, and I just sat down on my porch and waited for him and just looked at people and had another major break. See, you gotta eat some ice cream. And then it's back to the games. And this is I think the final game that I bought. And I got the last copy of it. It is the Queens To Be or Not To Be. And then we're just pretty much making our way back, getting to the car, and then trying to survive while driving back. And this was like, we got out of the show 15 minutes before they closed, so we were there all day.
Good morning. It's Friday. Spiel is done, for me at least this year. Jan is out getting the kids, because we're having a kids weekend. And I'm gonna do all the prepping of the games, so unpacking them, unboxing them, pretty much. I'm having a wonderful tea with me. I'm still in my PJs. I just got up. Sorry about the looks, but yeah, that's what you gotta deal with. You should focus on the games, you know. Let me take a sip. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, lovely. And I'm gonna do it a little differently than previous years when I unboxed the games. I'm gonna go in batches, telling you the name of the game and a few details, and then I'm just gonna very quickly unbox, meaning I'm gonna time lapse. I do have all the big games with me, and after that, all the small games are coming up. If you haven't seen the loot, I posted it on Instagram, so you're able to see. By the way, sorry for the background noise, but my dishwasher is running, and yeah, that's just life. So the first one is Spring Meadow by Uwe Rosenberg, and I got it from Stronghold Games. It's a game for people that are 10 years and up, 1 to 4 players, 15 minutes, and it says, winter's over, lush meadows bloom, and curious marmots slowly awake from hibernation. Spring is finally coming to the mountains, making it a perfect time for a hike. Pack a picnic because you will need energy in the race for the Edelweiss hiking pins. So that's game number 1. Game number 2 is this one with the expansion. So it is Fast Sloths by Friedemann Friese. I also got that on the Stronghold Games booth. You could have gotten it from the 2F booth, but I wanted the English version for the Board Game Island shows. It just makes it easier when filming those. So this is a fast racing game for 2 to 5 players, aka sloths, and you have to be 8 years and up, and it's about around 60 minutes. And it says, you are sloths, cuddly, lazy, and oh well, slothful. You are sitting around in your beloved trees, of course. You want to pick up tasty leaves on other trees, but running around yourselves is just too tedious. And then you have an idea. You let yourself be carried around by other animals as they have so much energy that they will gladly carry you. Which of you sloths will be the first to get through the entire country and be victorious? You are ambitious, but so lazy. In Fast Sloths, you always play with 6 out of 12 different animal species, and you can place the giant game board in 4 different combinations. Each race offers new challenges for you to get to the different trees faster than the other sloths. And I also got the expansion for that. The first expansion, it says The Next Holiday. It's a different kind of a game board. So that's what I'm going to unpack as well. Then there's going to be this heavy sucker. Whew. This is Terramara. Got that one. It's 2 to 4 players, 12 years and up, 120 minutes by either Quint or Quind Games. Don't know how to pronounce it. If I mispronounce, I'm very sorry. And it says Terramara is the name given to a number of Palafid villages around the northern Italy around 1500 BC. The people who lived in Terramara were traders and were known to have traveled frequently between the Alps and the River Po. In Terramara, you'll play as a chieftain of the clan living in one of these villages. Your goal is to develop your clan by exploring faraway lands, trading with other villages, and visiting outposts. To win, you'll have to become skilled in battle and discover the new technologies that will let you create new and useful artifacts. The player who built the best clan will gain the most victory points and become the leader of all Terramara. So this is a heavy sucker. It reminds me, like just from the weight, it reminds me of Feast of Odin. Then there's another heavy sucker. This is Yggdrasil Chronicles, and it is from Ludonot Games, that's the publisher, and it is for 90 minutes, 1 to 5 players, 14 years and up, and the designer is not visible at first glance. Where is his name? Oh, Meva da Silva and Christine Duchamps. At least that's how I pronounce it. And on the back it says, Traverse the world tree of the Nordic myths. The breathtaking interactive world tree creates an engaging and tactical experience. An immersive and captivating cooperative game offering you a playful reading of Nordic mythology. And my gaming group is big into Nordic mythology, so that's what sparked my interest in that game. So I can't wait to have it on the table. Oh no, it's I'm just seeing something. I'm going to correct myself in a minute. But yeah, that's what sparked the interest into that game. And I just saw it's a game by Cédric Lefebvre. And the names that I spouted out before were the artists. So it also says, defeat your enemies, an innovative game system that requires communication and clever personal decision making. Counter the threats specific to each saga from Ragnarok. Upgrade your divine skills in a playable campaign of 6 scenarios. So I guess that's gonna be on the table in winter. Because campaign game. And the next big one, also super heavy, is Botanists. It's for 2 to 4 players, 30 to 40 minutes, 10 years and up. And it is by Violaine Mali and Pedro Cordezo, if I pronounce it correctly. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. And it's published by Agi Games or Agi Games. It's like, yeah, pronunciation. And it says, in Botanists, players tend a small area of land to grow flowers, which they then hope to sell. As botanists, each of the players has 3 small plots of land dedicated to growing the most popular flowers among their usual clients. However, all players obtain the seeds to those flowers from the same supplier, and because not all flowers are equally popular, the supplier only sells the seeds in bundles. On top of that, other botanists might attempt to snatch certain seeds away from under your nose. Whoever manages their land best, whilst also making casual customers happy, wins the game. So this is a competitive one. And the last one of the big boxes is, that was actually the first game I bought, Sanctum. Sanctum is by Philip Niedok. You might remember his name from games like Adrenaline. And it's also published by CGE, and it's 2 to 4 players, 12 years and up, 90 plus minutes for a game. And it says, the dark forces of the demon lord have overrun the once great city of Sanctum. Heroes must journey into the hostile heart of the wretched kingdom, to the burning throne, and fight to destroy him. But only one hero can claim the glory of the demon lord's defeat. Will it be you? Choose a character, the rightful heir, the vengeance seeker, the disgraced king's guard, or the trained evil slayer. Fight demon minions to build up your strength. Roll dice, oh my gosh, to attack. But remember, every skill or item you choose can change the odds in your favor if you pick the right fight at the right times. From Adrenaline designer Philip Niedok, Sanctum is a hack and slash strategy game. Can you rise to the challenge? So I'm going to unpack all of these big boxes and get them ready and prepped for play. And you can watch along in like 2 or 3 minutes, because time lapse. Technology. first one is done. Now on to the medium-sized games. We have, or I bought, The Magnificent, and it is a game by Eilif Svensson and Christian A. Osby. It's published by Aporta Games, and it is for 1 to 4 players, 14 years and up, 60 to 90 minutes. Then I got Yukon Airways designed by Al Leduc. It's published by Ludo Nova, and it is for players, 1 to 4 players, 14 years and up, 60 to 90 minutes. Then I got Papillon by who made it? It's published by Colossal Games. Designed by J.B. Howell, and it is for 2 to 4 players, 14 years and up, 30 to 60 minutes, and the last medium-sized game, or yeah, I'm gonna put the others on the small games stack. The final one is Queens, To Be or Not to Be. And it is designed by Bruno Cathala and Johannes Goopy, published by Mandu Games. And it is for, let me see how many players. Where's that information? It's not on the box. Am I blind? Yeah, no, it's not on the box, so I gotta... Oh, here it is. 2 to 4 players, 8 years and up, 30 minutes. So these are the games I'm gonna unbox now. Happy watching. So Yukon Airways is a little difficult to put together for me with those pins for the dials, so I'm just gonna wait on that until Jon is home, because my fingers are not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna put this game to the side now and worry about that later on. Just wanted to let you know. the last leg of punching and prepping games onto the small games, I got Escape Tales Low Memory. It's from Board and Dice, so that's the publisher. And the designers are Jakub Kaban and Bartosz Ichikowski. I hope I did say the names correctly. And this is for 1 to 4 players, 16 years and up, 3 times 3 hours. This is kind of a legacy campaign-y game. Then there is Kodama 3D. It's from Indie Board Games / Stronghold Games. And it is designed by Daryl Andrews and Erica Hayes Bouillerie. Could be the name. I'm sorry again for butchering. 1 to 4 players, 30 minutes, 14 years and up. Then I got Oh Fox, designed by Herbie Donkers, published by Cinnamon Games. It's for 2 to 4 players, 8 years and up, for 20 minutes. So this is the classic dinner game. Got a couple of promos for Terramara and this is the Oh Fox game and the sloth game. So gotta put in the promos later. Then I got Mint Condition, published by Dachshund Games. And it is designed by, well, the owners of Dachshund Games, Sabrina and Hanno von Konzen. And it is for 2 to 5 players, 10 years and up, 25 minutes. So also kind of a dinner game. Another one from the 2F games, Friedemann Friese. This one I got at Stronghold Games, again because English. And it is an arcade game for 1 or 2 players. You have to be 10 years and up, and it's 25 minutes per level, so I'm curious how that plays. Then I got Pirate 21, also from Indie Board Games / Stronghold Games, and it is designed by Jeremy Commander and Franklin Kenter. And this one is for 2 to 6 players, 15 minutes, 14 years and up. Another dinner game. I need those. Then there was a free game with... I don't remember which game it came with. Gosh, totally. It's from Strawberry Studios. It's called 3 Wishes, designed by Chris Castagneto. Looks something like this. And you have the stats on the side, and it's hardly readable. 3 to 5 players, 15 minutes? Hold on. 3 to 5 minutes, and 8 years and up. So this is maybe more of a party game or when we have friends over, because we don't have multiple personalities, so we can play it just you and I. Then I got Witching Hour. This is also published by Stronghold Games / Indie Board Games, and it's a game designed by Bruce Bashkir or Bashkir. Don't know how to pronounce that name correctly. It's 2 to 5 players, 14 years and up, for 30 minutes. I love dinner games. Then I got Adventure Games, Die Vulkaninsel, published by Cosmos, and it's designed by Phil Walker Harding. You might remember him from Bärenpark. He designed that one. And Matthew Dunstan and Chihiro Mori. And it is stats 1 to 4 players, 12 years and up, 4 times 75 minutes. So this is a small game, but not a dinner game. Then I got Silver Bullet, designed by Ted Alsbach, published by Bezier Games. And this is a 2 to 4 player game, 45 minutes, 14 years and up. And I got the second edition of Diamonds. Daniel and I share the first edition of Diamonds, but I got the second one. It's a trick-taking card game by Mike Fitzgerald, also published by Stronghold Games. And the stats are 2 to 6 players, 8 years and up, 20 to 25 minutes. This is a very classic dinner game, and I'm just gonna unpack them now. And then I'm done with the punching. My fingers start hurting, so it's about time.
Let's go!
So I hope you enjoyed the unboxing, because I'm done. I mean, I have to prep Yukon Airways, but I'm gonna wait for Jon to be home to help me out with that, because honestly, these fingers are not able to put the dials together, so I'm just gonna get help. And if Jon can't do it, we've got friends in the gaming group that are able-bodied. They can help, I'm pretty sure. So the next thing for me, but I'm not gonna do that on camera because I need to figure stuff out as I go. I have to get the games into that shelf there, rearrange it, maybe put some of the books into my room. I mean, these are my books anyways. So I have to put all of those games away. And I'm actually having some time after editing and post-production and work tonight to maybe play a solo game. So I'm probably gonna get back to reading rules and yeah, maybe starting a solo campaign of one of those games, which is awesome. And on Sunday we actually are meeting up with friends that are one of them is in our main core gaming group. The other is more on the perimeter, so once in a while she's playing with us. So I'm gonna have to decide which of the games I'm gonna take with me. We are going to have a little barbecue, meet up and just have a great time, and I'm not sure which ones I'm gonna take. I have games to the left, I have games to the right. Not all that sure. For the hardcore gaming group, and they're really looking forward to it, I actually chose the Yggdrasil, Chronicles and Sanctum. So I have to read the rules, so maybe so next weekend we got the kids again, but maybe the weekend after we can play one of the games. So they're looking forward to it, and as am I. And I'm gonna go now. I hope you enjoyed the gaming vlog. This week has been all about games, and well, there is no end to it. Just saying. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions or comments or want to have more detail on one of the games that I showed you, please let me know in the comments below. The games will very likely appear on Board Game Island if they are story, kind of legacy-ish kind of games. I'm gonna make sure to have spoiler alerts there, but they are only gonna come to the island in very early 2020. So I think at the beginning of the week, I totally forgot. Instagram had a major hiccup, so my posts didn't really go through. I had said something to the I don't know my exact words, but something like, how do you know it's the end of the year? Or it's drawing close to the end of the year? Well, when you scheduled the first video for January 2020, so I scheduled Board Game Island there, and it's very likely, and I can probably announce that already, it's very, very likely that starting 2020, Board Game Island will be published bi-weekly instead of once a month. So, ta-da! Little surprise for you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, like I said, questions, comments, leave them in the comment section. I would love if you hit the thumbs up button in case you liked this vlog. I would love for you to subscribe if you're new and you want to see more. There's board games, there's art, there's podcasts, there's MS related stuff, and well, the vlogs, the behind the scenes, this is my life kind of videos. Peruse the channel if you so desire. Can I please? I have too many teeth and too much tongue in my mouth to talk well today. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. If you are at Spiel, enjoy the show. There's tons and tons of great new games coming out. Hit all of the publishers, all of the booths, take a look around, and enjoy yourselves. And if you're not at Spiel, well, do something wonderful and great for you. Pamper your soul. Enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna see you next week. Bye.